Hi dear viewers and welcome to Display Repair. What if in the middle of driving the temperature gauge on your car suddenly goes all the way to maximum into this red field and your car starts overheating? If this happens, then this video should help you get yourself out of trouble and spare yourself from bigger repairs and bigger engine damage. We hope this video helps. Stay tuned. Display Repair. Now dear viewers, for the beginning of this video, know that there are two types of overheating that can happen during driving. First is the sudden overheating and the second is the gradual one. What's very important here for you to recognize what's going on time. I'll start with the sudden overheating. So what's the common scenario here? You're driving down the road, everything is okay, and all of a sudden the temperature gauge goes from the middle of the scale in a couple of minutes goes into overheating and there's trouble. At the same time, there may be the dashboard warning light appears for overheating. Accompanied by this may be steam coming from under the hood, and you may sense a strong smell of coolant because it's boiling, cooking and everything else, and there's trouble. If you experience this, dear viewers, that sudden overheating, know that there is no more driving. You have to pull to the stop lane as soon as possible. I know this might be difficult in urban traffic, for instance, or when you're driving at high speeds, but you must stop the engine as soon as possible. Turn on the hazard lights, search for the stop lane, and stop the engine as soon as possible. If you continue driving with an overheating engine, you can cause massive damage. Namely, you can blow the head gasket or you can warp the engine head driving like that. And all of this means a partial or complete engine overhaul, which is a big cost for most engines. And this is especially a bad thing if you drive an older, higher mileage car where it's not even economically sound to do this. All in all, if you continue to drive for even 10 or 20 miles, you can cause massive damage, big problems and big costs. So with sudden engine overheating, there is no more driving. With gradual overheating, it's a bit of a different story, mainly because you have time to react. There are two scenarios. The first scenario is that while driving, the temperature gauge is on the middle and it goes a bit over the middle and stays there. It doesn't move into the overheating field. Okay, these are the cases when you have some minor problem with the coolant system and the engine can still function properly and there will be no overheating, nothing, and there will be no damage to the engine. The other scenario is that when it's in the middle, you're driving and it slowly goes into overheating. But it does go into overheating. With the first part, where the gauge stays in that position of mild overheating, I would advise to continue driving, but with caution. You have to be very careful because it can go all of a sudden into overheating. But if you see that the needle on the temperature gauge advances into overheating and doesn't stop, it's just like with the sudden overheating. You have to pull over as soon as possible, you have to stop, and there is no more driving. Now, let's say that you have gradual overheating. There are a couple of more things you can do that will additionally help to save your engine and get yourself to safety. The first thing you should do is to turn off the AC compressor. Since most of these overheatings happen during the summer, the AC will be on. The first thing you should do is turn the AC off. You can leave the blower fan on for ventilation, but turn the AC off so the climate compressor doesn't work. Another thing you can do is to turn off the headlights, if that is not forbidden in your country. All in all, turn off any kind of appliance on your car, provided it doesn't endanger you while driving and that it's safe. Turn any appliance that doesn't put a burden on the engine. Now, what's the point of all of this? Well, as you can see here, you have the alternator, you have the AC compressor, and that's the main pulley from the crankshaft. When you have all of these appliances on, they put a big burden onto the crankshaft, and because of this, it puts additional burden onto the overheating engine and it can overheat much sooner, and all of this will give you less time to react and to save your engine. The next tip, and this is super counterintuitive in these situations and with this problem, and that is to turn on the heating, believe it or not. This is a manual climate control. When the cooling is on, it will be like this in case of overheating, despite the fact that it's summer outside and that there are high temperatures. Turn the heating on like this. and turn the blower fan on. What is the point of all this? Well, the heating inside the car has a heater core, and the heater core is in fact a small radiator through which the coolant flows. By turning on the heating, you let coolant inside of the heater core, and this lets the coolant expand and can to some extent lower the temperature of the coolant. The downside of this, of course, is that in a matter of minutes there will be a high temperature inside the passenger cabin, so it would be best as soon as you turn on the heating to lower the windows on the car. It would be best to lower both of these windows so you have a breeze inside the passenger cabin so you don't endanger yourself while driving. Once more, turn on the heating, and immediately after that open the windows so you have enough air inside the passenger cabin. And viewers, finally, with gradual overheating, you have to watch how you drive until you solve the problem and get to safety. There are two recommendations for this. First, don't rev up the engine, keep it in low revs, and drive gently, okay? Drive slowly, drive gently, don't put pedal to the metal. With overheating, it is immensely important for you to drive slowly because that will reduce the possibility of overheating, and in some cases, when you have a smaller problem like a leak, for instance, or something like that, there will be less possibility of it becoming a bigger problem and a bigger leak. So once more, you're driving and all of a sudden you notice that there's gradual overheating. The first thing you can do, if you see that the overheating is becoming worse, is to turn off the AC compressor, turn on the heating. You can leave the blower on, open the windows so you don't suffocate inside the passenger cabin, and you can additionally turn off any other appliance that will burden the engine. Then you can continue driving on low revs and of course turn on the hazard lights and try to get to the stop lane as soon as possible. Once you do, pull over. Then you should pop the hood like this and go and make a brief inspection of what's going on. Now, dear viewers, regarding making the inspection under the hood, there are two golden rules for this. The first golden rule is to let the engine cool down. Do not touch anything around the engine until it cools down. The second and most important part, and please remember this, is not to touch the coolant bottle. Lots of people, and we mentioned this in a previous video about overheating, lots of people try and open this coolant bottle while it's pressurized, while it's overheated and everything else. Know that in this case there is a big pressure buildup inside this coolant bottle, and if you're persistent in opening it, it can pop open and you can get a geyser of, or a fountain of hot coolant. You can burn yourself and you can cause yourself a ton of trouble and you can injure yourself. So the golden rule is, be it with sudden overheating, be it with mild overheating, park to the side of the road, let the engine cool down a bit, and don't under any circumstances touch the coolant bottle. Now, how to make the inspection? Here's what I would recommend. So the engine has cooled down, everything is okay. The first thing you should check is the coolant level. Now, if you've had a sudden overheating, so there's coolant all over the place, there was steam and everything else, big trouble, of course, there will be no coolant inside of the bottle. The level will be at minimum, or there may be no coolant at all. In this case, you have to add coolant to get the system pressurized again, so you can find out what's going on. If there was mild overheating, I mention this because lots of times mild overheating and gradual overheating is caused by a lack of coolant. Sometimes you can add coolant and fix the problem. Or if it's a smaller leak, for instance, you can continue driving for hundreds of kilometers without any problems, just if you add some coolant. Or for instance, you can add some coolant and make a break after, let's say, 50 kilometers or 20 kilometers, make a check and add some more coolant. And this way you can get yourself to safety until you solve the problem. If you're gonna add coolant, make sure to add the same coolant as it is in the coolant bottle. If you don't have that, add distilled water. If you don't have that, then you can, in case of an emergency, add tap water inside of the coolant system. But here, be aware that once you solve the problem, you're gonna have to change the coolant so you don't have problems later, especially during winter. Okay, so now let's say you filled up the coolant bottle. Move a bit away from the engine bay and ask someone to start the engine. Once the engine is running, be aware of, first of all, leaks, strange sounds, or any kinds of anomalies. Before that, look under the car. If you see leaks, drips, or anything else, try to pinpoint where it's coming from and what is causing the problem. The first thing you should look under the engine bay is, and this is where it's very good to know your car, look at the radiator fans, the vicinity around the radiator, all of the hoses that lead to the radiator, that lead into the heater core back there. All in all, go around the whole engine and see where it may be coming from. The point of this is to try and find where the leak is. If you hear any kind of strange noise, you may have problems with the water pump down there. If the engine is overheating, you may have a problem with the thermostat on the engine. You may have a problem with the thermo switch. It's down there, right down there, if you can see it, which engages the fan, and so on. There could be lots of problems. Anyway, the point of this inspection is to try and find out what the problem is. Why am I mentioning this? Well, here and there, you can get yourself out of trouble. For instance, if you have a problem with a loose clamp or an ill-fitted hose, or if you have a fitting somewhere that's leaking, which you can solve with the basic tools and with tightening something, you can get yourself out of trouble. So no towing, no problems, no extra expenses. You can solve the problem on your own and be on your way. Once you've solved the problem, you just add coolant and you can continue your trip without any problems, okay? You don't have to go to the mechanic, you don't have to call the road service. And this is the main point why this inspection is very useful and very good. So, dear viewers, that's it for this time. I sincerely hope this video helps. Give that temperature gauge a glance here and there. Don't be ignorant of it. And especially do this during summertime when it's hot outside, when AC compressor is working all the time, when you're driving uphill, when you're waiting in a queue in urban traffic or somewhere, and it's hot outside. Always take a glance here and there so you can react on time. With an overheating problem, time is the key factor. If you react on time, nothing will happen. You can solve the problem, whatever it is, and you can continue driving. But if the engine overheats, major engine damage, big costs, and big trouble. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. It's a huge help for what we're doing. If you find the time, watch our other videos that may help you have an easier life with your car. Thank you very much for watching. Hope this video helps, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.